Have you ever sat down to play a brand new game that everyone's been hyping up, only to feel nothing? No excitement, no immersion, just boredom. You think, is it just me? Am I burned out? Am I getting too old? But then you realise, no, something deeper is going on. Modern games don't feel fun anymore, and today we're going to break down exactly why. Let's start with the obvious, hype. 2022 gave us Gotham Knights. It looked incredible in trailers, had the Batman universe, co-op, cool combat, and then it launched. It was just a clunky mess. Stiff gameplay, repetitive missions, bland world design. Then in 2023 we had Redfall, backed by Arcane Studios, the devs behind Dishonored and Prey. People were expecting a creative, immersive shooter. What we got was a soulless, broken, always online vampire hunting snooze fest that barely worked at launch. 2024, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League was the final heartbreak, made by Rocksteady, the same studio that gave us the legendary Batman Arkham series. This game had years of anticipation behind it, but instead of a tight, story-driven superhero experience, we got a chaotic, live-service looter-shooter, full of repetitive grinding, awkward gear scores, and baffling design decisions. Even the combat, which could have been fun, felt off, and for fans of the Arkham universe, it felt like a slap in the face. The point is, games are being hyped to death, publishers overpromise and underdeliver. We see CGI trailers, influence previews, dev blogs, and with words like next gen and immersive, but then launch day comes and the magic is gone. Let's talk about the biggest fun killers, the live service models. Remember when buying a game meant owning the game? You'd pay $60 and that was it. No battle passes, no time-gated content, no endless grind loops designed to keep you hooked instead of entertained. In 2022, Overwatch 2 dropped and replaced loot boxes with a battle pass. Fine in theory, except now, if you wanted to unlock new heroes or cosmetics, you had to grind for weeks or open your wallet. Then there's the Suicide Squad, launched in 2024 like we mentioned before. Rocksteady, the creators of Batman, gave us a looter shooter with gear scores, item rarity, and boring live service mechanics no one asked for. This wasn't Arkham Knight 2, this was Destiny in a clown suit. Players don't want another battle pass, they don't want time-limited seasonal content, they want games that respect their time, not exploiting it. Innovation versus limitation. Another reason modern games feel dull, too many of them play it safe. Let's be honest, how many games in the past few years have truly felt new? Call of Duty, still doing the same thing since 2003, with the occasional slide cancel or loadout tweak. FIFA, renamed to EA Sports FC, but it's still doing the same thing with different logo and more microtransactions. There's this growing trend where developers copy what's popular instead of taking risk. After Elden Ring blew up, suddenly every studio wanted to make a copy. And while some were solid, none captured the same magic. Why? Because they were chasing a formula, not creating a vision. Remember the creativity of Portal, or Katamari, or even early days of Minecraft? Those games didn't care about trends, they just were what they wanted to be. Now, we get trend-chasing titles, designed by committee, marketed by focus groups, and approved by the shareholders. The rise of mid-game. Let's talk about mid-game. Not bad, not great. Just there. 2023 gave us Forspoken. Gorgeous graphics, flashy movement, but the dialogue was painfully cringe, The world felt empty, and it lacked the spark that makes you care. Last year, Immortals of Avium promised fast-paced magical FPS gameplay, and it delivered on visuals, but the gameplay loop got stale within hours. These games aren't broken, they work, but they're soulless. They don't have the memorable moments, quotable lines, or reasons to revisit. We're not even getting massive disasters anymore. We're getting this endless wave of it's okay games, and that's somehow worse. Broken at launch. Here's another buzzkill: unfinished games. Back in the day, if a game shipped broken, that was it. Your reputation was toast. But now, we'll patch it later has become industry motto. 2022 had Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, a glitchy mess, terrible performance, even by the Switch standards. 2023 dropped the day before, which promised to be a survival MMO like Division meets DayZ. It launched into a laughable, broken state and removed by Steam a few days later, and it turned out to be a massive scam. 2024, Ark Survival Ascended, re-released, was supposed to be an Unreal Engine 5 overhaul. Instead, it ran worse than the original and cost full price again. When you buy a game now, you're buying a promise, not a product, and that kills trust and fun. Open world games used to be exciting. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas were one of my favorites. Exploring, discovering secrets, getting lost in the world. But somewhere along the way, more content became more important than good content. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, still relevant through 2022, was massive and exhausting. Starfield in 2023 promised thousands of planets, and yeah, there are 1,000 planets, but 950 of them were boring rocks. Hogwarts Legacy, while a beautifully crafted world, suffered from filler quests, lifeless side activities after the magic wore off. Games these days are bloated. You can dump 100 hours into them and not remember a single moment. That's not fun. That's like work. Now, let's be fair for a second. Part of the reason games don't feel fun actually might be us. If you grew up with Halo 3, Modern Warfare 2, Skyrim, San Andreas, those were formative experiences. Your brain was more impressionable. You had fewer responsibilities. You weren't comparing everything to the last 20 games you played. So when you boot up a new title today, it's harder to feel that same magic. That's not all the industry's fault. But here's the catch. Older games were often better designed, tighter experiences, less filler, more soul. So yes, nostalgia plays a part, but it's not just in your head. Modern games are different, and not always in a good way. The shining lights, what still is fun. Not all hope is lost. Some games in recent years have absolutely nailed it. Elden Ring broke the mold. No hand-holding, no microtransactions, just raw gameplay and exploration. It became a cultural phenomenon. Baldur's Gate 3 proved that single-player RPGs can still be deep, complex, and wildly fun. No battle pass, no DRM hell, just great design. Even smaller titles like Dave the Diver or the Vampire Survivors found huge audiences by being fun, first, no fluff, no bullshit. And indie devs, they're carrying the torch. Games like Dredge, Pizza Tower, and Hi-Fi Rush in 2023 reminded us that creativity isn't dead. It's just not always coming from billion-dollar studios. So what needs to change? How do we fix this? First, let developers make games again, not products. Not content drops, but proper games. Stop chasing the trends. Stop focusing on engagement time. Focus on playability. So yeah, you guys, Assassin's Creed, you're gonna make that pirate game that we've always asked for? That would be lovely. Second, respect players. Stop shipping broken messes with the promise of future fixes. If your game needs 6 months of patches, delay it. Third, bring back risk. Let studios try weird ideas. Not every game needs to be a franchise reboot or battle royale clone. And finally, shrink the scope. Not every game needs to be a 200-hour epic. Give us tight, meaningful 10-hour experiences we can finish and remember. Modern gaming isn't dead. It's just going through a bit of an identity crisis. Like the one friend who used to be chill, but suddenly started selling NFTs and doing juice cleansers. You still love them, but you're also kind of worried. The truth is, the fun isn't gone. It's just buried under corporate monetization, recycled mechanics, broken launches, and the fear of risk. But players, we're smarter now. We see through the smoke and mirrors. We're not just pre-ordering blindly anymore. We're waiting, we're refunding, and we're speaking up. And slowly, that's changing things. Studios like Larian, guys who made Baldur's Gate 3, got guys from Elden Ring, and even tiny indie devs are showing the industry making something genuinely good. And players will show up. No live service nonsense needed. Just make it fun, make it work, make it mean something. And for us as players, maybe it's time to stop chasing the next big thing. Start exploring the weirder, smaller, more passionate projects out there. You don't need a $200 million open world budget to have a good time. Sometimes the best game is the one that just lets you shoot vampire frogs while wearing a banana costume. That's a shout out to the Cult of the Lamb. So yeah, modern games don't always feel fun anymore, but the magic, it's still out there. It's just hiding in unexpected places. Thanks for watching. If this video spoke to you, please smash that like button. Like it's a loot crate and you're actually allowed to open it without paying real money. Hit subscribe if you're tired of soulless sequels and want more videos that actually talk about gaming like it matters. Please drop a comment and let me know down below. What's the last game that you actually made you feel like a kid again? Or what's the worst overhyped game you got burned by? I'll be down there reading all the comments. Probably while I'm reinstalling Skyrim for the 97th time. Because hey, at least that's one that still is fun. So catch you in the next video. Take it easy. Bye bye.